Top Trader is brought to you by Sanlam iTrade and powered by Pegasus, now with a new Iris trading platform.
Welcome back to Top Trader. Now, over the next few weeks, 8 contestants are going to be battling it out for the title of CNBC Africa's first Top Trader. And of course, a cash prize of R250,000. While they do that, you'll be exposed to a wealth of tips and advice on trading from our resident mentors Narina Fisser, David Shapiro and Ashraf Mohammed, as well as several other guest mentors. Armed with laptops courtesy of Samsung, the contestants sit down with Sean Nicholson from Top Trader partner Pegasus for training on how to use the Iris virtual trading platform.
What are also important fields are the last action is that we created the order and the current order status is that it's pending.
Each contestant is given R100,000 in virtual money with which they will start trading at the end of this episode. So before we start trading, it's time to meet the rest of the contestants.
Hi there, my name is Gary Barford. I am a 24-year-old farm boy from the Natal Midlands. I'm just a regular guy, a quiet guy. Like being on the farm, open spaces, fresh air in the countryside. I entered Top Trader because I love trading. It's something I'm very passionate about. Golf's one of those games where I'm not very good at it and it irritates me a lot more than it makes me happy sometimes, but I keep on coming back to it. Oh, that was really bad. When you hit that one good shot, it makes it worth it. It's a good way to relieve stress. That's going in, that's going in, that's going in. I could do this all day. After 5 o'clock and the markets have closed and you've had a bad day, you've got to do something that gets you away from it, Clear mind, ready for the next day. When I trade, I like to wear a special trading hat. Kind of like wearing a suit and tie, whereas I like to keep it real in the slippers and the shorts. But I know that when the hat's on, it's business time. I bring to the competition a sense of calm. I'm very calm and down to earth, but I'm also confident in what I do. My strategy, I like to be very adaptable. I don't like to get stuck into particular areas. I like to be able to adapt, to move, because markets they can just change. They change so quickly. And as a good trader, you've got to adapt to those changes. I'm going to win this competition, yeah. I'm definitely going to win this competition.
My name is Huitsi Kunupi. Full name is Huitsi One. I'm from Hartbeespoort, the dam. Currently staying in Pretoria, where I'm studying.
He's always in this game. You talk to him, you're finding out information about something to do with trading or the financial market.
It's a adrenaline rush that you get as soon as you execute a brilliant trade, It's about that high. This euphoria where you can sit in front of a screen for an entire day without having anything to eat because the market's open.
He phoned me up the one night and he was like, oh, there's a show, let's get votes, let's organize people.
9 o'clock on a Friday, and the Top Trader promo came on. I said to myself that I could win this. I think I could own, not just win, but own it.
I think Huitsi's chances are great. He believes in himself and he wants it.
I'm the next best trader out there.
Huitsi worked in the union buildings. Personally worked with Trevor Manuel.
Tutinek was originally created by Jacques Joubert and Huitsi Kunupi when they were about 18 years old.
You need to let your own light shine so bright that you liberate others to do the same. And that is 100% how Huitsi is.
We're trying to educate kids from underprivileged backgrounds how to enter into the stock market. We're also trying to build ourselves into an incubator hedge fund.
He's a very, very nice guy. He doesn't chop and change. What you get is what you see.
All I'm saying is, Huitsi, I'm looking very excited, my man. So we're going to the Cayman Islands, tax-free haven, and registering our fund there.
I think that's what the world needs. A little bit of Huitsi.
My name is Saul Kaplan. I'm currently 29 years old and I'm from the beautiful city of Cape Town. I entered Top Trader. I thought it would be an incredible opportunity to learn about the markets, to learn from great people. My degrees are all business and finance, but I decided to dedicate 1 or 2 years of my life to being involved in education, and it's now been 8 years.
Vaughan and I head up the school commerce committee. We approached Saul because we heard he's quite into stock broking and investing.
So what the curriculum does, it provides us a very basic education in finance. And what we basically do is we basically extend that.
Something interesting about myself. Well, as you can see, I'm a very shy person. If I can trade as well as my receding hairline is going backwards, I don't like to be out in public or speaking. Let's not talk about Telkom presently because they're a disaster. Very quiet in crowds. Yeah. My strategy is so secret that I don't even know it. But the reality, I'm just kidding on that. I'll tell you about myself. My biggest thing in life is everything and everyone around me is my teacher. I believe in taking something from every single person. I have a beautiful wife and 2 small children. My eldest daughter is 2 years old and my youngest daughter is 1 year old. I enjoy every second with them. For me, more than the prize money or anything else, I'm so excited about the opportunity to learn from some of Africa's greatest investors and stockbrokers. I've got to play the best game I can possibly play. Nothing is going to stop me from trying to win this competition.
Name Stephen, surname Bolliers, age 24. I watch more CNBC than is healthy, and came across the program and I thought that seems interesting enough.
I didn't think that Steve would actually do something like this.
Yeah, I was quite intrigued. I didn't think he'd be one to get on TV.
I was quite surprised.
I love finance, so I thought I got to get involved, and I thought I'd be able to use a different tack to trading, because of course I thought, no, they must be doing it wrong.
Typical Steve, actually.
But they aren't, I am.
I think that he generally is a very approachable person. I think people will tend to like him, but he's very business-minded and finance-minded.
He's serious about what he does, but there's always a fun side to him.
Maybe I do something that people like, and that helps to develop my career. But I don't know how I would put it on my CV. What am I going to say? Top trader, came 7th.
He always loved being in front of the camera and a little bit of the attention.
Well, of course I've made it seem like I'm on you know, the world's biggest TV show, and I'm about to become as famous as David Beckham. I'm sure you guys are going to choose my most embarrassing moments throughout the series. I've gotten lucky before. I gamble a bit. Sorry. Parents are going to see this.
I'm sure you're embarrassing yourself, but nevertheless, as always, good luck.
I hope you're having a great time on the show.
I hope you do well. I'd like you to win so that we can share whatever prize.
Just remember me when you're famous and on TV.
And win.
To get everyone off to a good start, let's join guest mentor Simon Brown with some words of caution and inspiration.
Morning, ladies, gentlemen. Here today to help you understand about trading. And in essence, trading is the easiest thing you ever do. It is without a shadow of a doubt the hardest thing you ever do. When I say up front that it's about emotion, and what that emotion is broadly is biases. We don't trade the market, we trade our belief about the market. The simplest way to look at a share, what are we seeing? We're seeing higher lows and we're seeing higher highs. That stock is going up. Why is it going up? Simply, there are buyers. Typically, we do 2 things wrong with selling. On the profit side, we sell too quickly. Why? We want that adrenaline rush from a winning trade. We want to lock in profit. We want to be able to say to our friends tonight, hey, I just whatever, and I've made X and the money's in the bank, it's mine. We sell too early. On the downside, we don't sell, or we sell too late. We take too large a loss, because we don't want that emotional feeling, that emotional negative response from a losing trade. If you focus on the rands and cents, you are in for a roller coaster of pain. You'll have good days when you have some profit coming into your account, and you're going to have a large number of horror days when profit is leaving your account, losses. The focus needs to be trade to trade well. The focus needs to be discipline. The focus needs to be have a plan and execute that plan. Typically I say if you're having fun trading, you're probably losing money. Fear and greed, we fear being wrong, we fear losing money. And both of them are simple. The fear about being wrong is how do we measure success? Ultimately in this challenge, it's about rands and cents. On the individual trades, it's not about rands and cents, it's about discipline. It's about knowing when you get in, it's about knowing when you get out. Ultimately, at the end of the day, trading is about managing risk. Stop loss is a predetermined level, at which point you will exit a trade, no questions asked. Now, where to position a stop loss? The hardest thing you're ever going to encounter. Risk management, more than anything, is about the 2% rule. And the 2% rule says don't risk more than 2% of your equity in any of your capital in any one position.
In a situation where you don't have a defined graph like we had previously, how do you establish a stop loss? How do you know this is my point, this is my stop loss point?
You can do it a couple of ways. And I want to talk a couple of points in stop losses. So I'm going to give you a wide answer to a short question. I appreciate that. Do you do trailing or fixed? Trailing is that you say my stop loss, I enter at 10, my stop loss is 9 rand, and as the share moves, my stop loss stays a rand behind it. That's a trading stop. Fixed is I enter at 10, my stop loss is 9. As the share moves, I reevaluate and I look for positions where to reposition that stop loss. Be very careful of ramping it up too hard. Markets are volatile. They're bouncing around. Yes, we're going sideways broadly, but within that there is bouncing. Give your stock space to bounce. With a trailing stop loss is that your stop loss might then just be a fixed stop loss. You would look at it and say, there's my stop loss. A trading stop loss might then put your stop loss just there, because it's moved up and it automatically follows behind it. And you're going to say, well, hey, and the market comes back, gets to your stop loss, takes you out and carries on going. Stay away from wide spreads. Stay away from illiquid stocks. You want shares that are doing a minimum of 1 million a day, ideally 5-10 million value traded per day, so that you don't get the liquidity issues. And that's partly going to be resolved by the fact that you've got the all share index, 160 of the bigger stocks. It's going to be a steep learning curve. It's going to be a huge amount of fun. It's going to be an incredible amount of pain. Focus on the fun part. And all the best.
So contestants, you have been armed. Without any further ado, let the trading begin. Next week on Top Trader, the contestants report back on their first month of trading to resident mentor Nerina Visser and guest mentor Simon Brown.
This could be fun.
They get briefed on performance measurement, risk and other quants, and they face their very first challenge of the competition.
Who do I want to think? I think they're my fiercest competitor.
I think Steven.
Possibly Gary. Boitsi is a bit of a contender. Saul Kaplan.
Khoitsiane.
I think Zahi might also be quite a challenge.
And Oluwatosin as well. You never know what a girl can do.
Steven. Gary seems to be like undercover, awesome trader guy. Like he knows things that I don't think people our age should know.